Doesn't look like much of a standard first aid kit, does it? This is the sap from an Angophora costata, which is... I can't see anyone here. There would be somewhere around here though.
There's one, I think there's that reddish one over through there.
Just like this. And I crush it between my thumb and my index finger to get it down to this very fine powder. You want to make sure there's no little crystal chunky bits in there because they can get into the cut and can cause problems. But alone this nice soft powder, it's like betadine on steroids, guys. It works really, really well. Again, antiseptic, antifungal, antibacterial, local anaesthetic. They used to call the Angophora costata the toothache tree. Okay, because if you had a sore tooth, you rub it onto your gum and it tastes absolutely horrible. You reckon the pepper tasted strong. This is really, really strong, but it takes the pain away. So what I did with my cut, when I cut myself enough to get a few stitches, is I crossed it up and I put that soft powder inside the cut. It took away the pain straight away, and this was bleeding really, really bad as well. It was a gaping hole in my hand. Within about, so I can hardly talk now that my lips gone a bit numb. The strength of this does fluctuate between tree to tree. Some it's really strong. Sometimes the same tree in summer isn't that strong, and in winter it's really, really potent. I don't know why that works, but I'm doing studies on that. My lips really got numb. Damn it. I should have waited till after I was talking about that. Anyway. So it stemmed the bleeding in about 10 seconds of bleeding. Stop because it's got what they call an astringent effect. It tightened everything up. Stemmed the bleeding. Within about 10 minutes, the edges of my cut were drawn together, and I nicknamed it liquid stitches. Yeah, this stuff, because it's really, really incredible stuff. You can use it on burns, grazers. You guys will appreciate this one if you've got a bad blister. You can cut away the outside of the blister. Okay, get the moisture out, soak up the moisture maybe with a bit of paper bark or something, crush up this nice soft powder and get that soft powder inside the blister. Make sure there's no chunks in there, get it nice and soft. Put that inside the blister, and they used to use this to tan animal hides back in the day. So what it does is it dries out all the moisture inside it and toughens up that soft pink skin, which is really hurting. You do that twice in about 40 minutes to an hour and you can walk on your blister again without any problems. I'm going to sound a bit like Tim the Demtel man, but wait, there's more. This plant here, or this sap from this plant, the Angophora costata, saved a lot of European backsides, quite literally about 223 years ago. A lot of people were dying of a thing called scurvy, where they got some vitamin C from the local Aboriginal people in the form of native currants and sarsaparilla fruit, which I'll show you. Hopefully we'll find some here. And the other disease they were getting, which was really, really bad, was a disease called dysentery, which meant really crook stomach and severe diarrhea. They were eating kangaroo meat for the first time, echidna meat for the first time, so people were doing it pretty tough. And remember, in the initial starving years, as they called it, when 1,500 people came over in 1788 on the first fleet, in the initial starving years, people were dying from things such as dysentery, where they had severe diarrhea, particularly infirm people that had done it really tough on the ship, and children. So what they do is they'd make up, and they learnt from the Aboriginal women, they'd make up a strong mix of this sap and they'd drink it, and it would instantly cure the diarrhea. Now I said to some friends, and save some European backsides quite literally. I had some friends at a talk of mine and I said, I don't like to just, excuse the pun, regurgitate what I've been told and read in a book somewhere. So if any of my friends get really bad diarrhea, can they give me a call? So a mate of mine reluctantly called me one day and said, me and the boys have got what used to, she didn't even want to say it. And I said, no worries, I'll be there. I was itching to try it out. So I crushed up some sap, made it into a strong little drink, went over to the house, gave them each a little shot glass full of the sap, and instantly, okay, again, it's got that tightening effect. Okay, the astringent, same thing it did in my cut, it tightens the flesh, makes it all group together. It instantly cured the diarrhea, and so yeah, it works. I'm not just saying something that I heard, it works like a beauty. Okay, so that's Angophora costata, or smooth barked apple is the common name for that one.